Virginia Foxx is one of the most conservative congresswomen in the country, and she often makes fiery, though unintelligible speeches on the floor of the House. She is, I would say, in the same league as Louis Gohmert. You know, nobody can beat Louis, but she's up there, okay? And we've shown you a lot of her speeches here on the Young Turks before. She's a goofball. Apparently, she's also a mean goofball. The Hill is a publication, obviously, covering Capitol Hill, and they had someone who happened to report to them about an incident that happened in an elevator on Capitol Hill. Now, there are these different kinds of elevators on Capitol Hill. Some are for just regular folks, plebeians, staffers, peasants like us. Others are members only, and there is actually a third category that's members only, but only during votes. Hey, you know what? They're in a panic, they got to get there, okay, during a vote. But everybody else can use it at other times. It appears that they went into an elevator because they were moving furniture that day, and so one staffer for a congressman we don't know, it's anonymous, and this source go into an elevator because it's the only elevator around, and then in the second floor, they go one floor up, and Virginia Foxx, who's a legislator, comes in the elevator. This elevator appears to be members only, except it's only during votes, and there is no vote going on. That seems to be the best guess as to what was happening here, according to the source for the Hill. So I should be clear about that, right? So what happens with Virginia Foxx? So far, no big deal. There's no votes going on, no panic. Well, Congresswoman Foxx is not having it. She yells at the staffer, asks them what her name is, and then says, "This is a members-only elevator. Can you read?" According to the Hill, she then demanded the staffer's name before the elevator stopped after going just one more floor up. And then she yelled, "Get out here!" Okay. I thought first she was saying, "Get out of here." But no, she was commanding the staffer, "Get out here." Okay? This is a members only. What do you think you are? You're a peasant. I am the ruling class. I cannot have you in my elevator. And then here's my favorite part. She yells, "What does the sign say?" It says, "Members of Congress only." And then the Hill reports, the innocent staffer attempted to point out that the sign next to it stated, "During votes," which is when our tipster says, Foxx started yelling, "Members only!" as she pointed to signs. "Members only! Members only!" My favorite part of the story is like, "Can you read?" Congresswoman, it says, "Only during votes. Can you read?" Okay, that's when she flips out. "Members only, get out here!" So that's awesome. By the way, what I love about these guys, these are the guys who pretend to be populists. She's a Republican legislator who's like, "Oh, my Tea Party, oh man, oh, to Washington bureaucrats, the government, etc. I'm with the people, man. I represent the folks, the regular folks. How dare you get in my elevator? Who let this peasant in?" Okay, Jesus, man. And when her press secretary was asked about it, they said, "This is silly. But it is interesting to see what great lengths of exaggeration some disrespectful junior staffers will go to just to read about themselves in the paper." In other words, she's still going after him. Okay, like she's not done yet. Like, how dare you? Do you know that you're speaking to someone who's above you? Well, especially after you kicked her out of the elevator, you're literally above her because you got to take it and she didn't. But this is their view of you, okay? So don't buy any of that populist crap.